Hi guys, welcome to another book haul / in my mailbox. It's going to be a crazy haul, guys. Really crazy haul. I think I have 24 books to show you. It's insane. Books have just piled up at an insane rate since my last haul. It's actually been quite a while since I've recorded a book haul. So here we go. As always, I'll start with the books that I was very kindly sent for review. The first book that I have is from Bloomsbury, and I actually won this copy, and it's the movie tie-in cover of Paper Towns by John Green. I had an email from Bloomsbury and they were running a competition for you to win a copy if you suggested a song that you thought matched the story of Paper Towns that wasn't already on the soundtrack, and I emailed back. I didn't think I would win a copy, but when I was reading Paper Towns last month, I think I read it in May, a song popped into my head as I was reading it, and it was Looking for Someone by Genesis, and I just thought that I would email back and say that when I read Paper Towns, that's the song that popped into my head, and I had no idea. This just showed up a couple of days later, and I was like, oh, thank you so much. And they actually sent me a little compliment slip saying thanks for entering, Genesis are a great band. So I thought that was quite awesome. And then because I amazingly won that, I then had to go out and purchase myself the movie tie-in edition of The Fault in Our Stars, because I didn't have this, because I already have 4 editions of The Fault in Our Stars, not including this one. So as much as I had previously really wanted this, I had stopped myself from buying it because I thought it was crazy. But because I had the movie edition of this, I couldn't not have this because it wouldn't have matched and it would have really bugged me. So now I have both of them and I absolutely love them. I think they look amazing together. Frustratingly though, the one published by Penguin, The Fault in Our Stars, has sort of pictures from the film in it. The one published by Bloomsbury of Paper Towns, it doesn't have that, which is a shame, but oh well. So yeah, I have both of those. Then from Sphere, which is an imprint of Little Brown, I have Nova and Quentin, No Regrets by Jessica Sorensen. I think this is the 3rd book in the Nova and Quentin series, I think, and it was published on the 16th of April. I've had this one for a little while but had put it somewhere and had forgotten to show you guys. I keep meaning to read more Jessica Sorensen because I have quite a few of her books, but I haven't seemed to actually get to any of them in a while, so I have to work on that. That's a goal right there, read more Jessica Sorensen. Then I have some books that I received via Bookbridger, ones that I have requested for review. The first one is from Hodder, and it's Time Bomb by Scott K. Andrews, and this one I'm really looking forward to reading. I love that it has #1 on the spine. That blows my mind. And what drew me in of this one, I won't read you the whole blurb because, like I say, 24 books, going to be a big haul, but this is what drew me into this one. New York City, 2141. Johanna Patel throws herself off a skyscraper but never hits the ground. And so it's basically, you have all these different characters that are from different time periods and somehow they're all brought together. Sounds like it's going to be really interesting. I have high hopes for this one, and the press release doesn't actually say when it's out, but I think it's sometime in either June or July. And I know that Ryan is excited for this one as well, so I'm hoping we might buddy read this one. Then from Headline, I have a few books from their Headline Eternal imprint. I have Trapped by Scandal by Jane Feather. This is a Regency type romance, which I'm hoping to get to soon because I love me some Regency romance. Then I have Vicious Cycle by Katie Ashley, which I think is the first in the Vicious Cycle series. This is sort of a motorcycle club romance, which I've read a few of for the first time this year. I've read 2 different series. One was okay, the other one I'm absolutely in love with, so I'm hoping that this will be another one that I really love, so I'm hoping to get to this one really soon. Then I have Glimmer by Beth Carey. which looks like another sort of erotic romance read about a CEO, Dylan Fall, and Alice Reed, an ambitious graduate from the wrong side of the tracks. So it doesn't sound like anything completely different, but it might be. It sounds a little corny, and it might be something that I like if it's done really, really well. So I'm interested in this one. Then I have Stealing Rose by Monica Murphy, which is another sort of contemporary, like, erotic romance, I think. So that will be interesting. And then I have Dirty Angels by Karina Hale or Halley, I'm not quite sure. So there's that one. And I think this one's sort of around cartels. So yeah, there's that one. Actually, when this arrived, my mum saw it, and my mum thinks that this sounds amazing. So she might even read that before me. Who knows? Then from Headline, just a normal headline, I have Conspiracy of Blood and Smoke by Anne Blankman. This is the sequel to Prisoner of Night and Fog. I haven't read Prisoner of Night and Fog yet. It's on my shelf up here by the clock there. I am really excited to read Prisoner of Night and Fog, but every time I go to pick it up, I'm like, I'm not in the mood for this, and I switch to something else. But I will probably purchase the US hardcover because this paperback doesn't match my hardcover of that. But it's really nice. It's a floppy edition, which, as we all know, we love. So yeah. The sequel to that. So receiving this has definitely made me want to read Prisoner of Night and Fog soon. And the last book that I've received for review is A Year of Marvellous Ways by Sarah Winman. I know this is a much awaited release for a lot of people because it's from the best-selling author of When God Was a Rabbit. I never picked up that book. It wasn't one that I was ever drawn to, but I know it's a favourite of a lot of people. But this one I am really intrigued by. I love that it's about this 89-year-old woman called Marvellous Ways. I think that's a brilliant name. I love it. And she has lived alone in a remote Cornish creek for nearly all her life, and she's spending her days like looking out with a telescope. She doesn't know what she's looking for, but she knows when she'll see it. And I just feel like it's going to be an amazing read. Check out the synopsis for this one because something about it has definitely intrigued me and drawn me in. So yeah, there's that one. So on to the books that I have purchased. I've purchased quite a few, but like I say, that it's been a long time since my last book haul, since I actually recorded my June book haul. So it's not as bad as it looks. I didn't buy all these in one go by any stretch of the imagination. The first one I picked up in Asda. And it's We Are All Made of Stars by Rowan Coleman. This is an adult fiction novel. And something about it just drew me in. It's about a nurse, and she writes letters to her patients' loved ones. Some are humorous, some are full of love, advice, to sort of help them. But she has her own problems at home. She's married to a soldier that's come back from Afghanistan, and it just says it's an uplifting and heartfelt novel about life, loss, and what happens in between. So I feel something just drew me to it, and I really want to see these letters that she writes. So I'm really interested in those. Then I bought some books from the works. I've told you guys before that I work quite close to a work, so I pass it like every day. I don't go in there very often, but sometimes, you know, will catch my eye in the window, and then I'm drawn in, you know, as we all are, I'm sure. But I got a few books in there, 3 for £5 deal. I got 2 Regency romance books by Mary Ballow, I think is how you pronounce her name. I have one Mary Ballow book on my shelf, which I haven't read yet, but these are all part of the same series. Well, these 2 are part of the same series as that one, so I thought, oh, fantastic. I picked up The Proposal and The Escape. So I thought in their £3 for £5 deal I couldn't leave them there, because now I can read the arrangement as well. So, and then I picked up quite a random one by Marguerite Kay, and it's Never Forget Me, and it was part of their sort of World War I 100 Years On books, and it's 3 different stories, and I don't read a lot of like historical romance set around that period. Most of the historical romance that I read is set in the Regency period. So this, as it was in the £3 for £5 deal, and it was 3 stories in one, I thought, you know, this would be a great one to read around November, December. So yeah, that's why I picked that one up. And then I also picked up the 100 Homecoming, which is the 3rd book in the 100 series of books. I really enjoyed the first book, the 100, but I haven't got around to picking up the second one yet. I much preferred the original cover for this instead of the TV show covers, but oh well. Then I picked up a book in Poundland, and it's Moranthology by Caitlin Moran, and she's sort of she has her column. What's it in? I can't remember. I think she was a columnist in The Observer. But anyway, she's just quite a funny lady, and she wrote the book How to Be a Woman, which I haven't read, but have thought about picking up a couple of times. And I just thought it would be a funny read. And I loved the sort of quote on the front: David Cameron resembles a Camp Gammon robot, a C-3PO made of ham. And it just really made me laugh. So for £1, I thought I would pick that up, and I love the cover on this one. A book that I pre-ordered was Scorched by Jennifer L. Armentrout, and this is the sort of companion novel to her book Frigid. It's about 2 sort of side characters in that book have their own story in this book, and I'm really excited for this one because I loved Frigid, and I love Jennifer L. Armentrout, as we all know. So I'm really excited for that one, and I'm hoping to pick this one up soon. I know I say that about like every book ever, but really hope to pick that one up soon-ish. The next book that I picked up I had to have, and I told Ryan about it, and then I just made him want to have it as well. The cover of this book, guys, like the cover of this book, it's Uprooted by Naomi Novik, and it's like an old fashioned fairy tale book, you know, like a traditional. But then I said to Ryan, this reminds me of the Land of Stories covers, but more traditional fairy tale, if you know what I mean. It's so beautiful, and it sounds sort of like a Beauty and the Beast retelling, sort of. I've heard some people say that it's like Beauty and the Beast, but not. And this is what drew me in as well. Our dragon doesn't eat the girls he takes, no matter what stories they tell outside our valley. So, oh my god, I can't wait to read this one. But I'm really like hyped up over it. So I don't know when I will pick it up, but it sounds incredible, and I would have had to have had it for this cover, and I'm not normally like that. I wouldn't just buy a book on the cover, but this one I would have, because I just absolutely am in love with that cover. Insanely in love. The next book that I picked up actually was also in Asda, and it's Off the Page by Jodie Picoult and Samantha Van Leer. And I didn't realise there was going to be a sequel to Between the Lines, but apparently there is now a sequel. It doesn't match the original cover for this, which I actually have in front of me. This was the original cover, and this is this. I don't like the new cover at all. Not a fan. But the other one was so beautiful. This one is not. But yeah, I'm interested to see how the sequel for this is done, because the original one had beautiful illustrations, and I think this one has a couple, but I don't think it has quite as many as the other one had. But I am interested to see what happens to Delilah and Oliver, so we shall see. With that one, I might pick that one up. I keep saying I might pick that one up soon. Stop saying you're going to pick them up soon, Erin, because we all bloody know that you're not. Okay. Then I was in TK Maxx. At the time I'm recording this, it was actually yesterday. And they had a set of 3 Virginia Andrews books, and she's VC Andrews. She wrote the Flowers in the Attic series, which I read the first one of not too long ago. And I was in there, and they had a set of 3 of her books for £5.99. Like, it should have been like £24, but I got 3 books for £5.99. Clearly, I couldn't leave them there. And I've since read the backs of them. They sound really dark, really creepy. Just like Flowers in the Attic, they sound really twisted, and I'm really glad that I picked them up. The first 2 are part of, I think they are just a duology, but I'm not sure. I'd have to sort of do a bit more reading about them, look them up on Goodreads, etc. But these 2 I definitely think are book 1 and book 2, and that's Forbidden Sister and Roxy's Story. So yeah, I think these are part of the same. And then this one, I think, it says on the front, the first in a thrilling new series, and that's The Heavenstone Secrets. So yeah, all 3 of those in a set for £5.99. Clearly they couldn't be left there for that price. Right, tell me I'm wrong. No, I'm not, obviously. And the last book is a book that I pre-ordered, like so many people will have pre-ordered, and that's Grey by E.L. James. Don't judge me, okay? I really enjoyed the 50 Shades of Grey trilogy. I know a lot of people hated it. I know it gets a lot of hate. But hey ho. Pre-ordered this. It only came on Saturday, so 3 days after it was released did it arrive. So I actually started reading it on my Kindle. So yeah. But I really like this cover. I really like it. I can't explain why, but I really, really do. I was worried when I ordered it that it sort of wouldn't blend with the other covers. I was worried it would be a different size, it would be a different texture, blah, blah, blah. But it's not. So I'm really happy with that. So that's all the books that I have for this time, guys. Like I said, I told you it was going to be a huge haul. If you've read any of these books, let me know in the comments down below. If I've added any of these books to your wish list, also let me know, because I always love to know. So thanks so much for watching, guys, and happy reading. Bye for now.